I'm in the process of moving. Cut me some slack. Switch 2 is launching in less than a month. Like, we are right on the cusp of this brand new Nintendo generation, and there's so much going on around it. I just wanted to see, is this the next big thing? You gotta remember, when Nintendo was coming off the Wii U, the Switch needed to be a hit. And I thought this was Nintendo working on all cylinders, putting their best foot forward, and they gave us, in my opinion, one of the greatest consoles of all time. So seeing the Switch 2 and everything around it with like the negativity and all these people discussing the price point, I'm trying to look forward and see, is this Nintendo's next big thing? To me, looking at the console just from its perspective of the technology involved and things that people have been asking for, it's hard to not see it as Nintendo's next big success. Like, I can't tell you how many people I've seen be like, well, it's not as powerful as a PlayStation 5. You can take this anywhere. You can take it on a bus, you can take it on a plane, you can use it in the bathroom. There is so much that you can do with this thing, and people seem to just fail to take that into account. But the question is, will this console be able to recapture that love and attention that the Switch 1 had back in 2017? Gaming changes all the time, whether we like it or not. And it's hard to say whether or not the Switch 2 can actually fully capture people the way that Nintendo did back in 2017. So what do they have to do right, I guess, is the main question. Nintendo leaned hard into their properties when it came to the Switch 1 generation. Look at Mario, look at Zelda, look at Kirby. They really leaned on their major franchises and reminded people that they are the company of fun, and that fun is going to be the most important aspect to their console. The portability factor and being able to not only play portably and docked on a TV, they gave people the way they wanted to play. They let you choose how you wanted to play the game. And keeping that all in mind, they need that for the Switch 2. The Switch 2 essentially has to be a full-on extension of the Switch 1. It has to lean on its properties and remind people that it is about the fun, and it is about letting you play the way you want to be playing. Nintendo views that as really important, and it's clear with this console they want it to be more of a social aspect. They want people to use this socially with friends as well. The thing that puts Nintendo behind the 8 ball is just prices, of course. Due to the tariffs, the economic challenges, this is way different from 2017. They're really gonna have to prove that they're bringing out the big guns again. They're gonna have to show that the fun factor and the social element of the Switch 2 is going to be the biggest aspect of this console. They want people to know that if you want to have fun and play your way, the Switch 2 is going to have to offer all that the Switch 1 did and then some. Launching with Mario Kart World isn't a mistake. They're taking that social and fun element and they're putting it right at the forefront of the Switch 2 launch. They want you to know right from day one that the way you want to play, the fun aspect, and the social element is coming right on day one, and we want you to experience this game the way that you want to play it. The way the console will be Nintendo's next big thing is by really building upon the base of the Switch 1 and continuing that onward. Realistically, I don't think the Switch 2 can pass the Switch 1 as far as units sold. The Switch 1 has such a easy barrier to entry when it came to price point. However, if they want to be in the same ballpark, they're going to have to reiterate to everyone that the way you want to play is going to be up to you, and Nintendo is going to have to provide that outlet. Look, I'm a little biased. I'm a Nintendo guy. And the way I see it is that if this is going to be Nintendo's next big thing, if it's going to be the next big thing in gaming, like the Switch 1 was, it's going to come down to the games. And we really got to hope that Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Metroid Prime have that capability of capturing us and bringing Nintendo right back to the forefront and show that, hey, the most important things about video games is having fun. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and check us out on TikTok at Juice's Game Closet, as well as Instagram.